Hello everyone. Hello everyone. If you can hear me right now, what I did is I rebooted my internet via my phone, and then I went over and rebooted the router itself 2 times in the last couple minutes just to make sure that everything was smooth, and then I rehooked everything, made sure everything was offline before. Okay. So with that being said, let's go right here, let's do this. So I'm actually going to check a few things real quick, and then I'm going to get talking to you all about some things that I'd like to talk to you all about. So number one, if you are here watching, please share it out, and hopefully it does not lag this time. And if you can share it out, get anybody and everybody that you can get right here. Talk to yours truly, Chrislevi13, because I want to talk to you all. I want to answer questions, and then after this stream gets done and over with, I want to go get into talking, playing some State of Decay 2 for at least an hour, a couple hours, until I go to bed. So if you're here, remember, stay high. Give it a like, give it a share, give it a follow, give it all that good stuff that you do with what we call the internet, and everything will be great, good, fine, dandy. So, as I was stating, look down in the description box below. Number one, to see all the links to me on Discord, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff should be down there. If not, you can find it somewhere on the YouTube channel. Like, you can go to the About Me section, and it should all simply be there for you all to see it. Oh, my glasses are on the ground. But yes, everything should be there. Well, yes, I threw this question out to a friend the other day that was at, that was at work and all this stuff, and he kind of said, "Hey, this would be cool, something for you to do, man." I said, I don't know how this would go, but it'd be cool to do this, because I threw out the idea. I said, hey, what if I were to do like a little podcast thing and maybe do something where I talk, or maybe once in a blue moon or once every couple weeks, I just dedicate it straight to the subscribers, the YouTube, the platform that is allowing me to do this with you all, whatever I do, whether it be here, Triple L Gaming, or popping in anybody else's stream. So, with that being said, what's being said, if you've got anybody that is awake right now, get them here in this stream. You got anybody that you know want to talk to me or ask me a question, get him in there in this stream. Because I'm going to talk about YouTube, gaming, subscribers. I'm going to talk about some things with you all. And Logan, Big Evil Gaming, give him some hype in the chat, because I got to get my hands off to my buddy Big Evil Gaming. I know he's had some PC issues that are like really, really big headache. I know he's had some school issues. It's a really, really big headache. He's had some personal life issues. But I gotta say, he made it to 100 subscribers. Now he's on the road to 125. Then he'll be on the road to 150, and then 200, and then 300, and bam, bam, bam. Let's help him knock out all those goals that he wants to knock out on YouTube, anywhere on social media, because, man, I know doing YouTube for a guy like him, when he gets on there and he gets stream and play these games, whether it be with me, Brian, Larry, anybody, it's kind of like let's rest of the life get away from him, and he gets to get here and have some fun with friends, family, people from around the world like us. And I want to say also that Triple L Gaming is on the road to 50 subscribers. We need 15 or so more over on Triple L Gaming. So go check out that YouTube channel as well. Yeah, there'll be some more things that I give hype to later in the stream. But right now, I'm going to be here for a little bit, and then I'm going to get off, set my Xbox up, State of Decay 2, because I've got a mission that I want to do in my world. But if somebody wants me to join their world, or like Larry or Logan, cool, great, grand. Now, with that being said, you got anybody that can join in and all that stuff, please get them here. But with that being said, let me pause this so this doesn't lag it up. But I can see everybody sitting there. Hello to Big Evil Gaming. Hello to Emily. Hello to Larry. Hello to everybody. Because I couldn't do what I'm doing here without you all. Yes, I could work my job, save us money, buy the equipment, stream, but I would be like blah. Because you have done streaming over on my old Twitch page, and I did it for a while there. Nobody came and watched me, no matter what I shared it out, this, that, the other thing. But you all are here. So, talking about YouTube, because I want to talk about the platform YouTube. I know YouTube's had the last several years have been like since 2016. There's been a lot of changes with YouTube, the platform, the ups and downs, all that jazz, you know. And I just want to take a moment to talk about it. It's been crazy because you've had the way that big YouTubers have done their things, but then has it really affected them? No, because they already have the watch time, the subscribers, and money in their pockets. It's affected smaller YouTubers that don't have the money, don't have all this stuff. And people may say, oh, and then people look at the smaller YouTubers like, oh, you're just somebody that's trying to be somebody that does YouTube just to get famous and do this and do that. That's not what it's about. Because some people do it just to get famous, but for a guy like me, Big Evil Gaming, Triple L Gaming, Your Player 2, DOA Hitman, Rax the Great, Abaddon Smith, Nefarious West, Russ Lyman, and the list goes on of people. You know, it's crazy. Because we do it because we like sharing what we do in our lives with you all. Hey, since we're most gaming YouTube channels, because what do we like in lives? Well, yes, we have our jobs. Yes, we have our relationships. We have our families, but what do we love? What we all have in common is gaming, and we share our gaming with the world through the platform known as YouTube, but also through Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, other platforms that all connect us together, because the internet, the interwebs, are what connect us. Hell, if I could, right now, I would love to be able to be sitting next to Logan, next to Larry, and all three of us be here, whether it be here in my room or over at one of their places, all being able to stream and talk to you all at the same time. Hell, I'd love to be able to, hopefully one day I can figure out the feature where we can all be doing stuff together, you know, because that's the kind of thing I would love to be able to do. But, with that being said, let me just check something real quick and do this. Okay, so let's just get it down here. You know, be able to do that. So, with that being said, don't give a shit that somebody went live. No, don't give a shit somebody went live on Mixer. I gotta get that situated. But, as you all know, I am on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all that good stuff. But yes, YouTube's been a crazy road. But I love the people that I've met on YouTube. I can honestly say that I love the people that I've met, but also the people that I've met outside of YouTube that knew me from YouTube, but maybe met me over on my Instagram or this or that and this, you know. Because I have met probably in my life since doing YouTube, especially in the last year and a half. I know when I originally did YouTube from 2012 to 2016, when I was doing stuff with Mayhem Gang Society and Trey and Ruder and all that other stuff that did my old YouTube experience as I could call it. I kind of had experience, did all that stuff, and I had I only had one person. Since in the last year and a half, since I've done YouTube, since 2017, when I upgraded my gear, to now, I've had 3 encounters. I had one person at my work to do it, and then I had 2 people that were at another store that I was at in the county. But that is what it is, you know. But I want to say that it's really been a really fun experience, you know. And when I started YouTubing, let me just click podcast. Podcast. Let me just do this. So whenever I started YouTube to doing this thing where I bought all this gear and did all this, I know you might have heard this story, you might not have heard the story, but I want to share it with you all because it's going to get me into the second part, which is gaming. I never knew that gaming was going to be the focus of this YouTube channel. Ooh, excuse me. If y'all hear that, sorry. You know? Just some hype in the chat. So I never knew my YouTube channel was gonna be gaming focused, but whenever I got all my stuff, because after what had happened with Man Gang Society went downhill, I kind of worked myself to where I got burnt out with YouTube, because I was like, I'm working my job, I'm doing YouTube, I'm playing music in a band. I was like so burnt out to where I was like, as a person, because I mean, I was in a band for about a year. I was doing YouTube when I could, and then I was working my job 40 hours a week, or trying to get 40 hours a week at the time. You know, so it was a crazy experience for me, you know. But I never knew my YouTube channel was gonna be gaming focused until like until I was like, you know what? I went and had a serious talk with myself. I looked myself in the mirror and I said, you know, I've told my mother that I was always gonna play video games, always play music, and always work as long as I could. Do you think my mom would support me if I did a gaming YouTube channel? And she said, look at what happened. And then I went and talked to my mother, and she said, look what happened with MGS. What happened here. Put all these things together. You know. So I looked at myself and I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, let's take a time off and let's do this the right way. So also, I'm looking at the chat. Thank you, Emily. It is, yes, a Darth Vader shirt. Yes. So I looked at myself and I was like, okay, let's okay. What do I need to? What have I always wanted from my YouTube? Fucking YouTube. You know. So with that being said, let's get right back here. So I was looking at myself, and then I was like, okay, what have I always wanted with my YouTube? And I was like, okay, I need a powerful enough computer, because the computer that I had wasn't cutting it at all to do what I needed to do gear-wise. So I was like, So I thought to myself, I needed a computer. So I took time looking at HPs, looking at this computer, that computer, the other computer, thinking, what do I need? I was like, well, I have an Xbox One. If I get the right computer, I'm going to need some other stuff. So I went and got an Elgato. That's the first thing I got. And it wasn't until maybe a couple months later that I actually got my webcam that I'm using right here. It wasn't until almost 7, 8 months, 9 months later that I actually got me a better mic, when I realized, hey, the mic that I was using wasn't the mic that I probably should be using the stream with, because the original mic that I was using wasn't as quality as I thought I should use, you know. So I went and bought a Blue Yeti. It's not the most fanciest mic in the world, but it works, picks me up pretty damn well. Everybody can hear me good, crisp, clear. And then I started streaming and all that. But whenever I rebooted my YouTube channel throughout doing this over the last year, I've reconnected with Logan and Larry. And I've got to say, people, and if Logan and Larry, you hear this now or you watch it later, I want to say that in my life, I go work my 40-hour job. I have I have some people that I'm friends with in the community that I live in. You know, people that are way older than me, because through music, that are the age my dad is, through playing in bands and seeing my dad in bands. But I don't have a lot of people my age, and a lot of people that I knew from high school. They're out there living their lives. We don't always talk. We do talk through social media, but do we talk in person? Do we go, hey, let's go have a beer. Hey, come over to the house. Let's hang out. Hey, let's go see the movies together. No. But Logan and Larry saw me doing this stuff and all this, and then they started doing stuff, and I saw what Logan was trying to do with his channel, what Larry had in mind, and then them just jumping into streams with me on this YouTube channel meant the absolute world. But people, I'm just only going to say a little bit of it, but you got to realize the bond that you may see me, Larry, and Logan have with Triple L Gaming, whether it be on this YouTube channel, Triple L Gaming itself, over on Logan's channel, or anywhere. It's a bond that goes outside that, because these people, at the drop of a hat, I would do anything for these guys because they made me look at stuff different. Then when I had people me figuring out videos to do on this channel, and this and that, and talking to Your Player 2 and Rax the Great, they made me go, okay, you don't always have to do this kind of content or that kind of content. You just got to make sure that they're like, based on what they said you just got to make sure, hey, keep constant. And then I said, well, what do you mean keep constant? You know, I understand, put videos out each and every single week. Well, I said, put out videos as often and as regular as you can. But also in keeping constant is keeping a flow throughout your videos, meaning if you've got an intro and you put it in one of your videos, don't put it in one video but not the next 5. You got an outro, don't put it in one video and not the next 5. Make sure you put an intro in every video, an outro. You put your style of thumbnail on each thumbnail, no matter if the video is about your music, your wrestling, or this people know your flow and know what you provide on this channel. So that's where the game came in, and I love it, and I love that people are jumping into the live streams and all that jazz. I'm happy that you all are here. That if you got any if you got any questions for yours truly, Chrislevi13, pop the question into the chat right now. If you've got any questions about YouTube streaming, YouTube streaming, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Chrislevi13, my wrestling, anything, comment your questions and I will talk about those and answer those questions. But yes, thank you, Emily, for your comment. And I'm always lurking because there's people that I see stream all the time that I might not say anything because I might be at work or I might be setting up a stream for myself or this or that. But it's really, really awesome. So yes, I do got some crazy hair right now, but I am fixing that. But yeah, but that's that. And also, you may have seen me every once in a while wear these glasses right here. I don't really wear glasses, but these glasses are made so that, like, when these are a cheap version. I need to buy me a better version because these get real dirty real easy. But these are glasses that are made for, like, whenever you watch something, the blue supposed to reflect most of the blue light that comes in, so that you can be able to look at stuff. Because I got these after seeing I think it was OJ player Essence. He was the one that was wearing them, and somebody kept asking him in the chat, and he finally answered the question, and he said these are lights for whenever you're sitting a long time in front of the camera that it reflects most of the blue light so that you don't get as bad try to not get headaches and all that stuff. But that's basically what these glasses are for. So I'll wear them for the duration of the stream. But also, if you look down in the description box, there's all my links, like the people up above. Rax the Great, J-Love, Your Player 2, and others. If you want to donate and help the channel out, you can, because I will. Every portion of the money that you donate goes right back into getting games, gear, and all that for this channel, because right now, I have got the focus of doing this for the channel. This is where the channel looks to go. In September, as far as solo streams go, solo streams will be the Master Chief Collection, because that is one of my favorite game series of all time. Then as far as multiplayer streams, I may do 1 or 2 multiplayer streams on this channel, where I do a Fortnite or something like that, and you all, these subscribers, if you've got the game on Xbox, PC, or Switch, you can join in. But then also I'll be doing the regular often streams over with Triple L Gaming and all that jazz. And yeah, just keeping everything going the best that I possibly can. You know, So yeah, that's how that is going there. Then after that, I might get a horror game or two to play in October, obviously, because that's Halloween. That's what a lot of people have started to do when it comes to gaming and streaming and all that jazz. And then around the holidays, I may hook up with the guy that did my logo, and maybe put something out for Christmas. It wouldn't be Christmas-esque, but it'd be something fun for the holidays. Hey, here's some limited time merchandise. But I would have to see if I am able, if I got the funds and everything, to be able to work on both my end and your end as well. So yes, if the stream is lagging or any of that, I apologize. I am doing my best to try to get the best experience for you all. But I've got shitty internet. I pay good money for it right now, but it doesn't always work. You're right. And yes, I did stop by Rax the Great stream earlier. I didn't really say much, but I was there. He always does good quality streams for whatever he plays games, whether it be modern, current, or retro. Always good quality stuff there. And let me see something real quick. Did not mean to put up my no. Something popped up on my computer, so I'm trying to fix that real quick, people. But yes, good quality stuff. So, and something, I just want to address something. A lot of people call me the man. Avedon, Rax, all these people call me the man. Man, when I look at their content, I look what they create, and I just say, hey, can I be just half as good as what they create? I look at myself as still just a guy. Yeah, I've been here since 2012 creating YouTube content, learning about this, watching everybody from Review Tech USA to Dreamcast Guide to Dashie to Rooster Teeth to this, to that, to the other thing, and to try to see about doing all this stuff. And I look at all these people. I've jumped into big streams, small streams, watching all this different stuff, and people look at me, oh, you're this, that, other thing. I'm like, I'm just a guy who creates videos. My videos, I don't feel like are the best videos in the world. I feel like, hey, that's better than, I make sure that each video that I do is better than the last video, because I know that if I feel like, hey, this video is better than what I put out last week, that means I know I'm making progress. I know that I'm making the right step, in the right place, because I don't say anything that I do sucks. I know everything that I do is good professional work, because I wouldn't put it out there if it wasn't good professional work. But I make sure that everything that I do improves on what I am doing each and every single week. It may not look into the viewer's eyes all the time, but that's what I do. Now, with that being said, if you got any questions, go ahead and ask me questions, because I'll be doing that. And then this stream will, once this stream goes down, I'll probably be down for about 5 to 10 minutes before I go into State of Decay 2. Now, also I want to talk to subscribers, because I was sitting there, my mom was asking me. I'll tell you the story. This is a story that I never told anybody, but it was probably about a week, 2 weeks ago, whenever I told my mom about my giveaway that I was doing. Yeah, it's a couple weeks ago whenever I told my mom initially about the giveaway that I was doing. And I'll get to y'all's questions in just a moment. But my mom was like, I saw on the video that you were doing a giveaway. And I said, yeah, I'm doing a giveaway where when I get to 500 subscribers, I like to do my first giveaway. Because I've seen big YouTubers, small YouTubers, all these other people do giveaways before. And I thought I'd like to try my hand at just to see what would happen. And she said, cool, what's your idea for the giveaway? I said around $20 to $30. I'll give the person a gift card to the platform of their choice. And then I'd give them a handwritten note. I'd do a handwritten note, and then I'd send it to them. She said, that's really, really cool. Cool. Do you know any of your subscribers personally? And I said. A lot of them I might not know personally, but some of them I do know personally, and it means the world that they think that that my content, my videos are good, that my streams are good. She said, hey, son, if they think that's good what you're doing, then man, keep pushing at what you're doing. I know life isn't always perfect around the house and all that, but continue doing what you do. You know. And I was like, okay, I'll continue doing that. And she's like, and she looked and she said, she went back and said, you know, I went and watched that video where you did your July update and subscriber thing. And I was like, yeah, I know you saw that video, but did you finally watch it? She's like, yeah, I watched it while you were at work one day. And I said, you know, you did a really professional video right there. And I said, well, thank you, Mom. She said, people are commenting on your stuff. I see you growing, you know. You know, what happened to you in the past was your old buddies and your old YouTube and that old stuff. Just put that behind you. You know, you actually created something that people are actually being friends. That whenever you get the money, and she said this, whenever you get the money and you're able to go to conventions and actually meet these guys and all that jazz, it's going to mean the world to not only you, but probably to them too, because you're creating something that they like and enjoy. So yeah. And I was like, thank you, Mom. Thank you for the talk. And then I came in here that night, and I think I did a stream that night with Larry and Logan, but I never told anybody about that because I didn't know how to say it. But then I realized, you know, it's just tell how it happened. But anyway, but to the questions that I got asked my thoughts on SummerSlam and the results. So, my thoughts on SummerSlam. Congratulations to everybody who won a title. I'm a big fan of Seth Rollins, so I'm but I was also a fan of Dolph Ziggler, even a heel Dolph Ziggler. I was a fan of him. So Seth Rollins, cool, great, grand. Can't wait to see what happens to the title, but I feel like they're gonna do this. They're gonna reunite the Shield thing, do that for a minute, and then Dean's gonna turn on Seth. That's just what I feel like seeing. And good thing that Roman beat Brock Lesnar, because I may not always be a fan of Roman. I can respect Roman a lot more than I can respect Brock Lesnar. So that is correct. Rack said right there, as I'm talking about SummerSlam. The PS3 is one of the hardest systems to stream from or even capture gameplay footage for. It's because not the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 4. None of them had that problem. But it's something that I even talked to your player 2 about, that you actually have to have a special thing to go between even the PlayStation 3 and an Elgato before you can actually capture footage from it, because it's just funky that way. And they thought, oh, they can stop people pirating or something. Some weird thing that PlayStation thought at the time. Made it weird. But I'm happy for that. I'm happy that Ronda Rousey won the title. But I'm also happy that even though Ronda Rousey won the title, that Alexa Bliss is getting the match versus Trish Stratus at Evolution, you know. And just the overall card was a pretty solid card. You know, I wish Daniel Bryan would have won. But then again, if Randy Orton would have won, that might have been the predictable thing. And, you know, and all that jazz. And then the Raw after that. Cool, great, grand. I've not watched SmackDown yet, but yes, it is there. And Two Rax's question is, as I adjust some stuff in the stream just to keep it going good for you all, the experience to be the best damn experience I could possibly give. To answer Rax's question, he says, what games are you most excited for coming out later this year? There are several games that I am excited for. Not a lot of people know this, but people may know some of these games. The two most excited games that I am for is for Red Dead Redemption 2, because Red Revolver and Red Dead Redemption were both phenomenal games. Number one. Number two, I loved all of the lore, the story, everything that I've done in Fallout 4, but also when I played the handful of times of Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Those are phenomenal games, and I can also see where it started in Fallout 1 and 2 was cool as well. The post-apocalyptic world, in a world that is reminiscent of what could happen if this happens here in the future, blah, blah, is really, really cool. So Fallout 76, I am really hyped for. And there is a game called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I'll be doing a video on within the next week or two whenever I get time, because I got to do it with another game alongside it. And I am excited for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, because that is one game that is making me think that I need to get a Nintendo Switch because of all the content they're compacting into one game, with all the characters that are the Nintendo licensed characters, but also third-party characters, and making this game the most definitive experience for Super Smash Bros. Because people, hello, Uncle Strange, you can hear me, Uncle Strange? Hello. Because I'll say this, I don't know if anybody's ever hit on this, but to me, I don't think the Super Smash Bros. That they were going to put on the Nintendo Switch was going to be called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I believe, we've done Super Smash Bros., but everybody always looks at Super Smash Melee, even when they do the fighting tournaments and all these conventions. What's always there? Super Smash Bros. Melee. That's the peak of the thing. You know, it's always going to have a Nintendo system, always going to have a Smash Bros. There, because the Wii U version was all right, but it was the best. Was mechanics and all that good? No. But people, I think it was just going to hey, let's add a few more stages, a few more characters, and let's do what we kind of did on the Wii U, but make sure everything is fleshed out and smoother, and maybe bring a mode or two back that was older. That's what I believe was going to happen. But when Nintendo saw the success of how their system was selling, how many people had it, how many people had multiple systems, and how this has surpassed what they were doing on their previous systems, and it surpassed Wii U, like bam, it surpassed GameCube, this, that, the other thing. They looked at it and they went back to, I forgot what's his name that makes Super Smash Brothers, and they looked at it and they're like, you know what? We've done this and we've had all these characters in Super Smash Brothers. People have always wanted these certain characters in Smash Brothers. We've had these modes in certain Super Smash Brothers. People have always toyed with or had ideas of these moves. So, Nintendo, how much space can you give us? How much can we put into the game? And they looked at it and they had talks back and forth, and then they finally said, you know what? Let's make this the definitive version of Super Smash Bros. That for the next 2 to 3 years, it will be the Smash Bros. That everybody wants to buy. That will sell for years on end. So let's put in every character that Nintendo has ever put into Super Smash Bros. Into this Super Smash Bros. Every stage, every song, every mechanic. But then on top of that, let's add in surprise characters like Donkey Kong's King Kong Root. Let's add in a Metroid surprise character. Let's add all this stuff in and pile it all in there and make it the most definitive version it is. And that game right there, I haven't played Smash Bros. Since the Nintendo 64 days. That is me being completely honest with you. I've not played since Nintendo 64 days. I have had a chance to play it on the GameCube, but I didn't want to because I was more of a PlayStation 2 fan, and I was more about Soul Calibur. Oh, Tekken at the time. That's me when I was younger. But this game right here is a game that I know people in the chat will be buying, and I know that if I have the money in the funds, or if y'all want to donate a Switch to me, hey, I would get it. But yes, if you got any more questions, go ahead, ask me some questions, because after this I will be doing State of Decay 2. So if you got any questions, so let me see what else questions. You hear me? How I'm doing good. Let me see any questions. Let me see if there's any more questions. Favorite moment with Big Evil Gaming. Favorite moment with Big Evil Gaming? I don't know, because I could go back before I did YouTube as serious as I do, because I'm serious because I have a lot in the works that I'll talk about with this. Favorite moment with Big Evil Gaming is probably just being able to have those long talks that we've had, even when it's not about gaming, just talking about life, what we're doing, our ups and downs, sharing our experiences with each other is something awesome. It's like the other night. It was difficult on my end due to my bad internet, but at least I got to be there and share the experience with Mama Mercy, NX Revolution, Rax the Great and Avedon Smith being on the Avedon Chillcast podcast, and it was a really cool experience. But those moments that I had after the podcast, where my internet kind of picked back up, and I could actually talk to those people and just chill with them and hear their experience about going to a convention, Long Island Retro Convention, and talking about life and just joking around for a little bit was cool, you know. And those experiences, just connection with people on more of a personal, more deep, refined level, other than hey, this person's just another YouTuber, is really, really cool and heartwarming moments for a guy like me. And okay, how old am I? You know, and that I'm 27 years old. So I was born September 20th, 1991. But I've got some big plans with this YouTube channel, which I've lined out some plans that I can basically tell you all that I've been asked to open up a Patreon. But I made a decision that that based on how my growth, it's slow but surely getting there, that once I get to between 800 and 1,000 subscribers, I will officially open up a Patreon and see how that all goes. Even with my bad internet, hopefully that spirit still goes well. Then I'm looking to get back with Die Hard Gamer Bros and maybe get some more stuff worked into like if you look at my logo, you look at all my stuff that I updated a couple weeks ago. DH Gamer Bros on Twitter. Die Hard Gamer Bros is for a good price. He worked all that stuff up and asked me, you know, some questions, and I basically took some headshots of myself, sent it his way, and he kind of did that stuff, and it surprised me how well he did that of me. You know, it's basically I sent him some pictures like this with my shirt on, then I sent him like pictures like this with me wearing this on while I was playing a game. I just took 5 minutes and I took my phone and went. Sent it to him. He went and did that, and people are blown away. And I'm looking to maybe make some merchandise. I'm looking to maybe get a couple, maybe a version of a shirt in the works, some stickers, and bracelets. That's what I'm looking forward to do. Then after I do my first giveaway, which will be at 500, I'll do my second giveaway at 800, and then I'm looking to keep that going. But yes, I appreciate what you said there, Rax. Y'all were happy. I mean, I was happy that y'all gave me the opportunity to do that, because I was quiet in that podcast, but it's because it was a new experience for me, because I've always watched podcasts, always been inspired by podcasts, but it's like, cool. Thanks, because I will show y'all something. I actually, from when I get back right here, I had this shirt made probably at the time of this right now, probably 3-4 years ago. It's not in the best shape anymore because it was washed the wrong way one day when I went with my, you know. But I used to be really, y'all know that I'm a wrestling fan, and I had this idea popped up in my head. My friend said, go here at the mall and get the shirt made. So for $60, I went and had the shirt made right here. And it says Chris Fury on it, and then on the back of it says hashtag Unleash the Fury, because that's what Chris Fury did. Then that's what I had made there. But I also have this right here, people, if you're all listening to me. then if this is the style that if people could like give me a good pricing, that would be really helpful, because I mean I want to add my new logo to it, my new logo with my caricature on there. But I do have, this shirt's not in the best shape because I made it probably about 2 years ago. But there is a Chrislevi13 shirt right there. The only Chrislevi13 shirt there is. It's a large size, so that's why it's like that big on the camera. But that was a shirt. That was my wrestling shirt that I paid $60 for, and he put some special stuff on it so like the stuff wouldn't tear up on it. But this shirt right here, I only paid like $15 for this shirt through an online website to be made. But I don't know where to get shirts. But I've always thought, hey, I know there's more affordable places. I see everybody from Racks to Nostalgia to this person to that person do shirts. But I'm looking to do something similar to this, where it's got like the black outline. Maybe change it black and white, but get something made so that I can give this out, because I know there's been a handful of people that come to my streams that aren't even here right now, like your Player 2 and others that have asked me to make something, and I said I've got to basically get that hook up. But I appreciate you, Rax, being here, because I know you have a busy life with your work and everything like that. But I really do appreciate that, because people, I wouldn't be able to be streaming the way that I wasn't if it wasn't a long talk that me and Rax had one night, where he just basically said, hey man, get on Google Hangouts and has to have a stream. Yep, because if you go order some Rax the Great merch, you too can have a shirt like this. This is in my wash clothes, over there, not folded up yet, but here it is. You can have a Rax the Great shirt. Rax the Great shirt has been featured on the Spawn Wave show. It's been featured in the RGT85 videos. I've seen those guys wearing that shirt and rocking that merch. It is cool merch. Because at the time that I bought that merch, because I bought RGT85, I bought a Russ Lyman mug, I bought an RGT85 shirt, then I bought Rax, and then I bought this Superhero Game Squad, then Nostalgia shirt. And my mom said, why are you buying game shirts? You can just go to Walmart and buy a shirt. I said, I'd rather support them and what they do in any increment that I can, and I'd rather walk around, do videos, do anything, and support them than I would go support somebody else. Yeah. Okay, let me see. If I could go anywhere and do anything, what would it be and why? Let me take a sip of my drink and think about that for a second. If I could go anywhere in the world, well, I know people may say I want to go here, go travel the world, but really, if I could go anywhere in the world outside of this country, countries that I've wanted to really visit outside of this is Canada. Is two countries, Canada, because of Larry and just in Jericho and all the great wrestlers and people that come from that country. But also I've been interested in going down under and going to Australia. But if I had to think about anything and doing anything, I would love to go meet my friends and all that, which obviously one day I obviously will go meet everybody and buddy, because if I have to take a week of vacation and just go say I'm gonna go here and here, I would do that. But I'm also very interested, because it may not be the biggest con in the world, it may not be everybody's top con, but I've always been interested in, after the last 2-3 years seeing videos on YouTube of too many games. it's a convention that I've always been interested in going to, something like Too Many Games, and to just to go in there, see the sellers that are there, see the people, the fans that are there, the fellow YouTubers, the actually go to a panel and see how a panel is run, because I mean, if I ever got big enough to where somebody said, hey, you can do a panel, I would like to see how that experience all goes about. You know, doing a panel and going in there playing games, and just the whole experience of something like that would be really, really cool. Because Too Many Games just look really, really cool to me. And also Long Island Retro, which means I'd probably have to get because I live in Tennessee, I'd probably have to get a plane ticket somewhere. But hey, if somebody if I were to buy a plane ticket, go fly there, and somebody were to help me with maybe bunking up in a room with me, I would definitely next year, if I get my vacation at the right time, definitely think about going to Too Many Games. Because I told my mom next year there's 2 things that I like to do my vacation. One's going to be a family vacation, but another one's going to be trying to get a car and to go somewhere. You know, but it's just really interesting me to try to do something like that, because I like to see that experience, feel that experience with you all. And that's something that I definitely like to take footage and even come back here and share it with you all, because it's something that cool. Because to be able to meet the people that have made me the person I am on YouTube and help me, it'd be really, really awesome. But yes. And one of the reasons that I also want to tell somebody, oh yeah, I forgot somebody, okay, Rax, if you're hearing this, Rax, right here, whether it's you, okay, Rax, if you're hearing this right now, and you go to, and I have to wait until January to figure this out, but I could sit there and in January, February, I gotta see my vacation is. But next year, I'll see what Too Many Games is, and I'll see how much a plane ticket from Memphis is to where Too Many Games is. This is something that I'm saying, to where Too Many Games is. Well, thanks Philadelphia or somewhere up there north. See how much a plane ticket is, and I could get a ride there, get on the plane, and I would go to Too Many Games, room with you all, and even maybe do a collaboration of some sort for these YouTube channels. And I'd even if I need to, bring my very, very good, well, damn, I did a feature on my laptop I did not know I had. But yes, I have 2 weeks of vacation each year at my job. So if I can figure it out, I would definitely see if they would allow me to have a week or the time of Too Many Games off. So say Too Many Games is a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If I could take that Thursday to that next Wednesday off, I would be really, really happy, because I'd be able to take time, go to the convention, and that's personally the one convention I would like to go to. If maybe retro gaming or some other stuff. But now to Larry's question, I'm going scrolling back up to see that question, and you have a question from my friend of mine in British Columbia. Are you a fan of EPs or full-length album? I don't mind EPs because they're smaller versions of the album, but it's also saying, hey, we don't want to release just one song. Rax, see you later, man. Everybody, go subscribe to Rax. He is one phenomenal YouTuber, and also when he is on podcast, he has a similar thinking to some of the stuff that happens in the gaming, whether it be Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation, elsewhere, that I do. It's really, really cool. But when it comes to EPs, I like EPs because it's like they're like, we want to release something. We have a couple songs released, but we don't have a full album, so we release EPs. But I prefer full length albums, because you get 10, 12 so odd songs in a full length album, and you get a whole. Hey, we worked on this for months on end. We get to pull this album out, you know, and then. When I don't mind EPs, but if a band puts out a lot of EPs, I'm like, come on, just go ahead, put out the full-length album, put a couple of those EPs, instead of doing EPs, do the album, because I prefer full-length albums, just me personally, because I see full-length albums take a little bit more work, might take a little bit more money, but the end product is always more quality work to me. Any chances of renewing MWA or letting a friend renew MWA or coming back to RP? There is a 90% chance that I could come back to RP. It's just got to be for the right company with the right group of people and the right circumstances. Because obviously I want to come back, and there's several people that I want to have matches with, but I don't want to come back and just be thrown out there and be like, oh, this other thing, and everybody just like, I'm just like, bam. It's not that I don't want the main event spot. I don't want to sit there and say, hey, I want to be the main eventer. It's just that I want to get in there and be like, hey, I do YouTube. Hey, I have a job. This other thing. I will post when I can, but I will make it sure to let you know that, hey, if I'm in this company, you will get at least 3 posts per week from yours truly, and they will be quality posts, whether it's quality edited videos or it's quality typed out promos. So yes, and as far as MWA, that is something that I'd have to talk in details with somebody about if I would ever do it, or maybe I would say, hey, let somebody else do it, and me just be the backer of it, and be like, hey, you be the front man, I'll be the behind the scenes guy, yada yada yada, bam. And my thoughts on Samoa Joe attacking AJ Styles' family is that I never expected AJ Styles to do that. But I never expected Samoa Joe to do that. But then you got to think about this: when AJ was put his family's name out there, it's like, okay, you're giving me something to attack, not just because I've done attacked you throughout my whole career. I've attacked you enough. Now I can go. Basically, AJ Styles said he does this, you know. It kind of like, you know what, I've already attacked you enough. Well, how can I get at you even worse? Samoa Joe's like, you know, I can get at somebody even worse by saying something about your family, because if I can see how you tick when I mess with your family, because I mess with your family, bam. And I'm like, okay, he attacks his family. He even makes shots at his family during the match they had. And I gotta say, after watching SummerSlam, I gotta say, AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, that feud is far from over. They had a phenomenal match, not just to quote AJ Styles, who already is phenomenal, but Samoa Joe is a very good worker for his size. And I gotta say, I do like Kevin Owens, but for a guy of size, Samoa Joe works a lot more like a beast and a well-oiled machine compared to Kevin Owens, who still is very, very grade A promo and all the stuff that he does. You know, and yeah. So, another thing that I want to mention is that, okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to answer this question. I don't know if it's the same guy, but I got asked on Twitter by a guy by the name of Batman, who has also commented on my videos in the past. So it may be the same guy, maybe a different guy, but it's probably the same guy. He asked me a question that says, how do you feel about the change of your YouTube over time? Time. That's all in the question he sent me. He said, I've been a fan of yours for a while. I wonder, what do you think about the change of your YouTube over time? And I thought about that because I got it earlier today while I was at work. Probably 2-3 hours after I put out a tweet. So I'm just like, okay, I never, I was at work putting the stock up, putting product out there in my retail job, and I was just thinking, hey, there's no customers around me. I'm just thinking about my YouTube channel. It's like, what do I think about the transition of my YouTube channel? Well, I'm more professional with what I do. It may not always go out the way that I want it, but I know that every day that I talk, every day that I stream, every day that I create content with myself, or anybody, that I'm always improving on what my idea. Because my idea is that I'm Chrislevi13. I'm sharing my creativity with you all through to the world via the internet. I put out at least 2 videos per week, at least 3 or more streams per week, and I try to do that because that's what you all love to see. That's what I love to provide to you all. Okay, so if you were stuck with only one game for a year to play, what game would it be? See, that's a hard question because I could sit there and I could do the obvious answer. I could be like, hey, why don't I get this game right here and play this game for 1 year straight? Play it backwards, play it forwards, play this, play everything. Play everything that this game has to offer. Play everything that this game has to offer. Then I could also say, hey, let's do something like this game right here. Play it. But at the same time, do I want to go old school and play my favorite system of all time, PlayStation 2? But say it's like one of those questions like you get on a deserted island. What are you gonna take with you? Like you get on a deserted island, you only get to take 3 items with you. But so if I got stuck with one game, you all answer that question in the chat. What one game would you choose if you had 1 year? If 2019 came and the world said the president, the world said, hey, gamers, for 1 year you get to choose one game and play that one game on whatever console you want. I'd look at games and I'd be like, what game would I want to play for 1 year? Well, at the top of that list, or close to the top, I might have Fallout 4, Skyrim. Those games are phenomenal games. But I also might have the Master Chief Collection because people didn't specify it could be a compilation. So, hey. You know, but if I really had to think about it, you know, I could go with Fallout 4 or stuff, but then I'd be like, you know what, I could go with the Master Chief Collection because then I could play the compilation of 1, 2, 4, and all this. Do it. You know, so if I had to think about this, if it's like a life or death, put all my hands behind me. I'd say, okay, Fallout 4, Skyrim, Master Chief Collection. Fallout 4, Skyrim, Master Chief Collection. I'd probably go with Skyrim because I will say that Skyrim is the one game that I've bought on the Xbox 360, the PC through Steam, and for a buddy of mine years ago on the PS3. Three. So, that is that. I doubt she would ever, you know, I doubt a girl like that is way bigger in YouTube and all that jazz would ever give me her number. I doubt that. She's cool, I'll support her just like I support a bunch of other people. I doubt that girl would ever give me her number. But But, you know, but, so Skyrim would be the game that I would choose. Skyrim, man, I mean, there's hours of in. Even though I do suck at Skyrim on the PC compared to that, even though I do play with a controller, I still do suck at the said game. So let me check something. So let me do this, and so with that being said, everybody, I think I've answered the question. I've talked about my subscribers. I've talked about YouTube. I've talked about gaming. I've talked about subscribers. I've answered questions. I have talked about, hey, there is going to be merchandise. There is going to be a Patreon. But I've got to get certain goals, certain things accomplished, both personally and professionally. There's things that I want that I will tell you all this, that if I ever do merchandise for Chrislevi13, you know for 100% fact I will try to hook up Larry and Logan with some merch, but also try to do merchandise dedicated around Triple L Gaming and Big Evil Gaming as well. Not just sit there and say, oh, I've got all this Chrislevi13 merch. Try to do merch around those guys. Now, I'll say, the Foo Fighters, I saw them live. Now, the next step I got to do with the Foo Fighters is go meet them in person, because Foo Fighters, they put out something recently on their YouTube channel, and Dave Grohl just blew my mind with what he did in that. But I will say this: if I could ever meet the Foo Fighters in person, I'd probably stutter, be nervous, and all that jazz, because they are literally my favorite band of all time. Because people don't realize that whenever I got into music, I learned a bunch of classic rock and country, because that's what my dad and the band he was in was playing at the time. But the first song that I really play a lot of, that I actually learned, and when I learned this by the Foo Fighters, was Everlong. And I was like, this song, and I still play it to this freaking day. And I never knew that I could learn that song. And then whenever I got to saw their documentary about the whole band, and Dave Grohl talking, and all these guys, and the guys talking about this and that, the other thing, it connected with me even more. And then I watched every music video they did and all this jazz. Now, if you had to take Foo Fighters out of the picture, and there was another band that I could possibly meet, I would love to meet maybe Fall Out Boy, or Green Day, or Blackberry Smoke, or maybe Killswitch Engage, stuff like that. And then, if I could meet any of your friends first, who would it be you choose and why? That's a hard toss-up, because I would definitely go for it. I'd probably go in a bag and be like, hey, I got the money. Who do I want to meet first? Larry or Logan? Larry or Logan? Larry or Logan? Because my goal is to, within the next couple years, meet Larry, Logan, go to a convention, and be by, and all that jazz. Because that's my goals. Is to continue doing this as long as I'm able to do this. Yes, because it is about to be 1 o'clock my time, which means I've got 3-4 hours. I can play State of Decay 2 or something. So the last question will be answered by Big Evil Gaming, and that is the last question. If you could make a game, what video game? If I could make a video game, basically, okay, I'll take a game that I made, a little bit of a game that I'm seeing that I'm going to be playing tonight. But also, people, I want to say one last thing, is that, and then I'm going to get to like the question, then the outro. The State of Decay 2 DLC looks really, really cool, because it doesn't affect your community. It's not affecting your community that you have, your city. They're basically taking a concept from days. They're harking back to State of Decay 1, taking a concept, taking it out of that you basically get to go to this other area, and you get several waves of zombies that get exponentially bigger, stronger, and all this stuff. And there is a not the bloater, but the other one, the big zombie that runs at you. I forgot what his name is, but he has the blood plague in him. and basically you can shoot, so he'll be instead of being a plague guard, it's basically his big ass coming at you. And then you have special weapons and different things you can do to that. And if you get through all that, or you get through certain modes of that, you can actually take that stuff back and help your community out, and you don't suffer killing one of your members on that. But if I had to make a video game myself, I'd probably take a little bit of what you do. I'd probably take the zombie aspect of what you do, of what you see in The Walking Dead, because I really do like the zombie aspect in games, because it actually takes you to something that you could probably see. Take the concept of the Walking Dead world, which is the United States. Put that in video game format. They've done that in different formats, but not directly eye to eye with show. But what I would do is I'd take that, but put it in a GTA format. Yeah, the Juggernaut has blood plague in it, basically. So it'd be like take the concept of like the Crew and GTA, smash that together with the main antagonist being a zombie plague. So you'd load this game up, and you'd be in this video game, and you'd get in this video game, and what would happen is that you get 5 cities. You get Los Angeles, Chicago, New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, New York City, Houston, Texas, and Miami, with a special DLC city being number 6, being Washington, D.C. So you've got LA, Chicago, Houston, Miami, New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Houston, and Miami. Those cities, with DLC being one more city, which makes it 6 cities, and that is DC. And you get and each of them have their big maps that are based on the city itself. And you get to fight the zombie plague in each of those cities, basically. And what your goal is, you get dropped into the game, and you're riding in. The game opens up in a scene. You're riding in on a helicopter, and they're saying, "We've got a call from Washington D.C. Washington D.C. See that you have got a trap, that you are the best ready military person to go. You got to go to these 5 cities and meet up with the military people in the communities in these cities and help rid these cities of the zombie plague. Rid the cities of the zombie plagues." And then bam, and then it gets into a character customization scene. You get to create your character, male, female. You get to hair color, tattoos, eyes, nose, lips, body, and then you get an option of several sets of clothes you get to do. And you get to pick each of these cities. Each of these cities you can, and they'll give you 3, and you get to pick one of the 5 cities, and you can pick any of them to start in, and bam, and then and each of them have got 4 different areas in the city. So you've got an east side, a north side, a south side, and a west side in each of them. And bam, bam, bam. You go to these cities, you drop in, and it looks like, oh, you're dropping in LA. You see the Hollywood Hills and all this, and you look, and when you drop in the cutscene for when you drop into LA would be, you drop into LA, and the cutscene would be basically, you see the Hollywood Hills sign falling down, and you see zombies just knocking it down. And then you see, and then you have your fast zombies, your slow zombies, and then you get a combination of real world weapons that were made in the real world that are used today. Then you get some real world weapons. Then in the game, as far as vehicles, you get several different cars, SUVs, trucks, and then you get semis, and then you get two versions of a plane, and then you get 2 versions of a boat, a big boat and then a speedboat. And basically, the map's made big enough for you to do that, and you accomplish those goals. Then after you accomplish so many goals, then once you accomplish so many goals in LA, it will ask you, say, hey, you can go to another city, and you got to accomplish up to so many goals before you can unlock the next city to go to. But once you do that, you can fly back and forth between the cities to finish accomplishing the goals. And then and then the DLC will be, the first DLC will be, hey, you get a 6-city Washington D.C. Second DLC will be, hey, another version of a zombie drops in on the world. A zombie that you didn't bam. It's like the plague like morphed, and then another zombie came out there. And then the third DLC, the final DLC for right now that I can think about, would be basically in a part of the city you wouldn't have the zombies to fight. It wouldn't just be zombies. You'd have like a group of people that the city said we don't want to follow what you're trying to do. We want to follow what we're doing, and they'd kind of create a problem for you. And that's what I would do. So thank you all for watching. I'm Chrislevi13. This may have been the most difficult talk as Levi had to do initially, but once it got rolling, thank you all for being here. I'll be over on Triple L Gaming for the remainder of the night doing State of Decay 2, which I will be loading up, and within the next 5 to 15 minutes, that will be going live. Thank you all. I'm Chrislevi13. 2 weekly videos, multiple streams throughout the week. We couldn't do it without you all. I'm Chrislevi13. I'm the guy that says, I'm yours truly, Chrislevi13. I'm the guy that says, I'll see y'all later. Stay awesome. And yeah, that's just really cool. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream here, and then I'm going to go get on Triple L Gaming.